A lot of times women don't be recognizing you want to be with a man, but you don't really want to be with a man. You just want to have a man for the sake of saying you have a man, because you feel incomplete, or you feel there's something in you that's wrong if you don't have a man. What's up, love bugs? How y'all doing? As you can see, I'm in a new location. Not really new. I've filmed in my car before. But I just wanted to come to you. And I want to share with you why I think I'm always on Facebook, and I always see women, ladies, girls talking about some, I wish, not necessarily in the terms of I wish I had a man, but posting pictures like I wish I had a boyfriend that does this for me, or I wish I had a man, or I want to get married, and all this other stuff. And a lot of times I'm just like, first of all, sometimes I'll be like, you know what? Okay. But other times I just want to address this. This is what I want to say. Ladies, a lot of times y'all can be so concerned with having a man that you really don't concern yourself with becoming the best woman you can be. And even if you were to have a man, what you would offer him wouldn't be much. Now, keep in mind this. I'm an avid, I believe in making yourself look pretty, being nice looking, and all this other stuff. But a lot of times women feel like that's the only thing they need in order to keep a man. They need a pretty face, a big butt, and big boobs, and that's it. When in actuality, a man, not a boy, a man is going to require a lot more from you in order for you to become his significant other, wife, eventually. He's going to require a lot of different things from you. So I just wanted to come to you and just help you with a checklist on some different things that men really do require. And women, and men, if you want to, chime in and add some things. Now, a man who's considering you to be his wife, not his boo thing, not his bae, not just, some bust down, but his wife. Like, he wants to grow old with you. He wants to know, are you resourceful? Can you make some things happen? In other words, I understand that you go to work. Yes, that's fine. But can you make some things happen? Do you have a way of providing income? Or can you get some answers to some of his questions? If there's something that's on his mind that's bothering him, can you help him work through that problem and sort through that problem and come up with a logical answer to the problem? That's one thing. A sense of humor. Sometimes women, we can be kind of touchy. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to be able to have a sense of humor, laugh at yourself, laugh at him, laugh at everybody else, in order to put yourself in a position to where he will want to spend the rest of your life. Don't nobody want to be around somebody who's boring, dry, and bland all the time. I'm sorry. No, nobody wants that. Number 3, does he see you as an individual who he would be able to have children by, and his children will be well taken care of, and he would be well taken care of? And when I say well taken care of, I'm not saying, treating him like a baby, but, believe it or not, men have needs. Men have emotional needs. Sometimes they just, sometimes they need a hug. Sometimes they need a back rub. Sometimes they need somebody to tell them it's going to be okay when they don't feel like it's going to be okay. Sometimes they need to hear from you an encouraging word, not nag, complain all the time. And as a woman, as you get older and wiser, you understand that, there's sometimes that you need to cut off the nagging and complaining. A lot of times women they don't understand they're the biggest complainers. I used to be a complainer, but I'm not a complainer. Like, now I'll suggest something and I'll move on. If it does happen, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. As long as it's not life or death, whatever. It's not that big of an issue. Some other issues. Of course, a man wants you to be attractive. That's not even a no. That's a no-brainer right there. Of course, nobody wants to be around someone, especially a wife, and she's not attractive. Like, I need to be able to enjoy looking at you for a period of time. And then, when we married and we wake up in that bed together, I need to be able to look at you and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm satisfied with what I'm waking up to. So that's another thing. Sometimes men also like the fact of, do you have your own thing going on? Like, are you involved in some things outside of the household? Are you involved in some things outside of the family? Not always concerning yourself with the family, But do you have some outlets that you enjoy, a business, a hobby, something that you enjoy doing? Do y'all have the same spiritual beliefs? Like, everybody's not going to be Christian, everybody's not going to be Muslim, everybody's not going to be Buddhist. Okay, we understand that. But the person who you spend the rest of your life with, they probably need to be have the same spiritual beliefs as you in order for y'all to be in harmony in that particular area. How do y'all feel about finances? Are you a spender and he's a saver? Are you one who just is like, whatever? You need to really consider these things. And if you are off, you all are two different things, y'all need to come to one accord before y'all get married. You need to become a spender, a saver, and he's a saver. Or if y'all just gonna spend frivolously, okay, then both of y'all need to be spending frivolously, if that's what y'all choose to do. So there's more to just having a husband, having someone who will want to be with you for the rest of their life, versus just because you're cute and you have a small waist and you have a big booty. Like, yeah, that's fine, but can we work through some things? Like, cause I'm gonna be real with you. In a relationship, especially a marriage, you're gonna have some things that come up against you that a booty can't solve. Your booty can't get bills paid unless you're gonna go out there and either throw it around a pole somewhere, or you're gonna go out there and sell a little bit of it. And most husbands are not gonna allow you to sell a little bit of your booty just in order to pay some bills. I'm just saying, that's most husbands. But then again, there are some who be like, girl, God, I made that money. Okay, them different kinds of husbands. Not talking about that. Having big boobs is not gonna raise your children. You understand what I'm saying? That's not gonna be able to instill good values in your children. Your breasts are not gonna determine whether you're able to distill or instill good values into your children. So these are some things that men look for in a wife, like not a girlfriend, not a boy. Fine, we all gravitate through them stages: boo, bae, girlfriend, all that stuff, and ultimately wife. But my thing is this: is women, y'all need to stop being so selfish. Like, it's not all about you. I promise it's not all about you in a relationship. In a relationship, especially a marriage, you have to get to the point to where you recognize that you are going to give. You're going to give your energy, your effort, your time, and you have to make up in your mind that's something that you want to give. If that's something that you don't want to give, then don't even walk down that road. Don't even act like that's something that you want to do with yourself. Just, go ahead and date whoever you want to date from time to time, and don't ever feel like you want to settle down. That's fine. Some women don't want that. Every woman doesn't want to get married. Every woman doesn't want to have a husband. Every woman doesn't want to be in a position to where they're with the same person for the rest of their life. That's perfectly fine. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And that's your feelings. No one can take that away from you, and that's your right to feel that way. But however, if you are interested in being a wife, if you are interested in being a woman and being a wife for a man for the rest of your life, then there's certain things you need to do. Bottom line, can you take care of a house? Do you clean? Do you cook? Are you able to keep the kids in line? Get them bathed, get them clothes, wash clothes, all kind of stuff like that. A lot of times women don't be recognizing you want to be with a man, but you don't really want to be with a man. You just want to have a man for the sake of saying you have a man, because you feel incomplete, or you feel there's something in you that's wrong if you don't have a man. At the end of the day, it is a partnership. It is something where two people are coming together, complementing one another, and trying to better one another while simultaneously being better. If that makes any sense to you whatsoever. I hope that makes some sense to you whatsoever. So, and then on top of that, a lot of times women look, all right, I'm all for the, I'm independent, I can do it on my own and all that stuff. Well, cool, boo, if you can do it on your own, do it on your own. Do it on your own. But see, when you bring that spirit into a relationship, then it's like y'all already starting off divisive. You're starting off at odds with one another. When you come into a relationship, you come into it with the thought pattern of, let's do this together. Let's do this together. Let's build together. Let's grow together. Let's become better together. That's the whole idea behind it. In the Bible, it talks about one can set 1,000 to flight and two can set 10,000 to flight. Now, while that's in a spiritual term, I believe this. If you got one person, he or she can probably solve 1,000 things. But when you get two people together, unified and on the same accord, they can probably solve 10,000 situations, 10,000 problems, 10,000 issues. Your impact has been amplified. And that's why I think the union of marriage has come along, came along, one, to procreate, true, understand that. But together, unified, two people can really, really do some big things. If you look at most successful men, wealthy men, CEOs, movie stars or whatever, they're married. They're married. And a lot of times, sometimes you need that extra push. A man needs that extra push, that extra, baby, you can do it, that extra pat on the back, that extra, reason to go out there and conquer the world. Because let's be honest, this world is not nice to men, especially black men. This world is not nice to them. Not nice to them. So if the world is not nice to them, what makes you think that he wants to come home to a woman who is not nice to him also? Think about that. So if you steady nagging, you're steady complaining, you're steady talking negatively, he's nothing, you talking down to him. No, don't do that. Flip the script. Because if you don't, he's going to find somebody who talks to him and talks about him kindly and can build him up. And then you're going to be back on Facebook talking about some, I don't know why, and I don't know why, and I don't know why. Yeah, you know why. Because he probably was telling you along the way. So, I just want to help my ladies in that, you know what? If you want a relationship, you want a marriage, then you got to put in the work for it. You have to put in the work. There's no way around it. You have to put in the work. Just like if you want a degree, just like if you want a good job, just like if you want a house, you got to put in the work. At the house, you got to cut the grass, you got to pressure wash the house, you got to wash around the house, sweep the floors, vacuum, all this other stuff. And it's funny how people will put more effort into non-human things. And then when it comes to their human relationships, they don't want to cultivate those relationships. They don't want to treat those relationships good. I value my relationships with my significant other, with my son, my mom. I value those relationships. And in those relationships, you have to build, you have to cultivate. And sometimes that may mean that, look, you have to forgive when you wasn't even the one who caused the problem. You got to humble yourself and say, you know what, I'm sorry. I want to keep the peace with you. Even though we're going through this situation, I may have been the cause, you may have been the cause, but you know what? I don't even care, because guess what? Our relationship is that much more important than this problem, circumstance, issue, thing that has come up between us. Sometimes you got to get to that point. That point comes with wisdom, and sometimes it comes with age. Now, you have some young people who recognize that, but ultimately, after you've been through some things, then you recognize, look, I need to go ahead and revamp my style. So, I hope this has helped you. I really just like helping people, because I don't like seeing divorce. I don't like seeing people talking about some, we ain't together no more after 10 years. And 10 years, that's a lot of time. You done spent 10 years with somebody and now you're not with them anymore? Okay, that's a bit much. So, again, like if you're interested in actually being in a relationship long term, then you got to do some self-reflection. You got to look at yourself. Real talk. You got to look at yourself and say, am I ready for this? Everybody wants a relationship. Everybody wants Claire Huxtable and Bill Cosby. But everybody want to be in a good relationship. Everybody want to be in a good relationship. But not everybody is willing to put in the work. That's in anything in life. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Sometimes that means putting your pride aside. Sometimes that means keeping your mouth closed when you know you want to say something because you're offended. It means a lot of different things. So I hope this has helped someone in their search for love, because there's a lot of people out here searching for love. And I appreciate you taking the time to look at my video. And again, this is always going to be your girl, Tanisha. Give me a big old hug from afar. Until later.